As we have mentioned from the beginning of this newscast, that shooting changed so many lives in this congregation, not just the congregation, but this entire community of Poway. Our attendance reporter Rachel Bianco joins me now. She's covered this story many times since 2019 and has more on that horrific day.
You're right, Steve. There were 54 people inside the synagogue on that day. Obviously, all of them impacted in some way, but the family of Lori Gilbert Kay suffered a tremendous loss. As we said, she was a beloved member of this community, a wife and a mother, and her memory lives on well beyond Poway. Haunting surveillance video captures the moments the former Cal State San Marcos student stormed into the Chabad of Poway armed with a rifle. Dozens of people, including children, were inside the synagogue celebrating the final day of Passover. Mayor Steve Voss says the community will never forget the horrific events of that day.
I really don't think there's any such thing as justice unless you could turn the clock back.
Lori Gilbert Kay was inside the lobby. She was killed when she jumped between the shooter and the rabbi. Rabbi Yisroel Goldstein was shot in both hands.
Our hearts are with Lori Kay's family now and always. We will never forget this. And we continue to stand with our Jewish brothers and sisters.
A little girl and her uncle were also wounded. John Ernest was chased out by congregants, drove a short distance away, then called police and told them his location. During the preliminary exam, prosecutors played that call where Ernest expressed his hatred for Jewish people.
Because the Jewish people are destroying the white race. They have been for a long time and no one's doing anything about it. Something has to be done.
The mayor hopes the sentence sends a message
that hate has no place, Poway or anywhere else, and if you undertake a hateful act, you're going to pay a heavy price.
No one from the synagogue wanted to comment on today's plea, but Lori Kay's best friend told me, quote, "I choose to live a life like my best friend Lori, concentrating on kindness and the good in mankind." John represents anti-Semitism and evil. And it is likely that we will probably hear from some family members when he is sentenced at the end of September.
Certainly we will. Rachel, thank you so much for your coverage here. As we have talked about, again, so many lives were changed.